Hello and welcome to First Steps. Today we're looking at the subjects of care homes and also dementia. Joining me right now we have Karen Wilsher, who is a registered nurse in a nursing home. Karen, thank you for your time. First of all, what is the difference between a nursing home and a residential home?
Well, a nursing home has trained staff, trained nurses, 24 hours a day, and a residential home just has care staff. And any nursing needs that are needed by those residents are dealt with by the district nurses. So if someone has more nursing needs and needs a trained nurse every day, then they would go to a nursing home.
It's a very difficult issue for many people, the subject of care homes and nursing homes. If someone is about to start looking for a care home for a relative of theirs, where do they begin?
Some people have social workers that will lead you to the correct people to look. You can also ring Care Connect, which is with the local council, and they will give you a list of homes. Some homes just take social services fees. Some will take social services fees and you pay a third-party top-up. So once you find out financially where you're going,
Is there like a rating or a standard to care homes?
Though homes are rated during the inspection, it's not as obvious as it used to be. There are websites that will show you all about the homes, and you can download the recent reports, the care standard reports.
At the moment, sadly, barely a week goes by without care homes being in the news. And should people be concerned about care homes, or is it really up to them to go out there and investigate and find out what's available?
I don't think they should be concerned. I think bad things do happen, obviously, because we hear about that, but the vast majority are really good.
So should staff be qualified, and what qualifications do they have?
Staff should be qualified, but in my experience, we've got care staff that have done their MVQ training in care, and they've got level 2 and level 3, but that doesn't make a good carer. A good carer's already there. Mm-hmm. It is important, the qualifications, but it doesn't make a good nurse or a good carer.
How much freedom should a resident in a care home have? I mean, are they allowed to go outside when they want to and eat at whatever time they wish, or is it quite a regimented system?
There is a routine, because obviously you couldn't run it properly without a routine, because you need to make sure that everybody gets what they need. But yes, people can come and go as they want. They can eat their meals when they want. They can eat their meals where they want. They can have family to meals. They can go out with their family. So yeah, it is free and easy within obviously a structure.
So this idea that a care home, it's where you go at the end of your days and it's all downhill from there. That's just negative thinking and perhaps something of a myth.
It is negative thinking, and when we get residents in, and quite often you get people that really have not wanted to come, they've needed to because of health reasons, they settle quite quickly and they start to enjoy their life again, because they've been at home and they've had to struggle with a house, with trying to cook meals, with not really seeing anyone very often, and all of a sudden they realise actually that life's better. And their family that were put under pressure because they were trying to care for them don't have to do that now. They can now come in and take them out for tea.
Yeah.
You get to do the nice things. So it makes a difference. But until you're experiencing it, you've no idea.
And what sort of activities then go on in care homes? Is there plenty to do and to keep the mind and the body active? Is that's encouraged?
Yeah, of course it is, because that's the most important thing. People need to be motivated, because as you know, if you're not doing very much, you then don't want to do too much. Residential homes, I know, do far more physical things, in that they go on outings a lot. They may go to town, that type of thing, and visits.
Are people allowed to bring pets?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We have had budgies. We've got a cat. We have a cat at the moment at our home. But yeah, I know homes that have cats and dogs. And animals are really good for people. They have a calming effect.
And what about family members visiting? Obviously, in some circumstances, relatives may live large distances away from the
Yeah.
home. Are visitors allowed any time of day?
They should be.
What are the rooms like?
The size of the room really is no bearing on any of it. The care is the most important thing.
But how do you judge and tell whether a home has good levels of care?
Always turn up at the door, never make an appointment. Always turn up at the door, because if people aren't ready to give you your time, their time, at that point when you're really stressed and it's a really difficult thing to do, then they're probably not going to give you the time for other things as well. And see what reception you get, because that is the most important thing. The cleanliness and the hygiene obviously will give you an idea, but it's got to be the feeling you get.
It's the atmosphere.
It's the atmosphere, it's the way you're greeted, it's the way that they ask the questions that you may have, how many times you can go back and look before you make a decision. You can't be, forced into a decision. It's a stressful time. It's got to be how you feel about the place and how you feel about the staff when you're there.
Mm-hmm.
When you're looking around, you can see what they're doing. You can see how they're relating to other residents. If they speak to you as you walk down the corridor, do they say hello or do they just ignore you, All those things will tell you if it's good or not.
Is there a waiting list for homes?
Some homes there's a waiting list, but obviously people need to be placed in homes, so although they may be on the waiting list, you could ring up the home that you think's got a waiting list and actually everyone on it has now been placed somewhere else. So although they're a waiting list, it doesn't mean that you'd actually wait too long.
And a waiting list isn't any indication that home is the one to
No,
go for?
Not really, but I'm guessing that if there is a waiting list, then it's popular for a reason.
Mm-hmm.